This is going to be focusing on how to position yourself to make gunnery easier in multiplayer. If you're newer to flight sims or new to multiplayer, this is for you. It's framed to the following format. I'm going to show a raw clip, and then I will play the same clip again with commentary, and then summarize with the lesson. By having you watch the video raw and then have you watch it again with my thoughts, you're going to be able to compare and contrast live. If you find this useful, I encourage you to subscribe. It's the best way to support the channel. Thank you. I'm fighting this guy over the Morgan now.
I see one con climbing towards me from the east.
I'm tied up right now.
Another spitty.
Give me 30 seconds and I'll be free. Okay, he's dead. I'm climbing that cliff. So I'm bouncing a P-38. He's just taken off from his airfield and he's heading into his own friendly territory. I dive in and we see that he's awake and he's not asleep, and he starts to turn. I decide not to follow his turn, and I use my speed from my dive and I pull up and watch what he does. And you can see here that as I'm pulling up, I see that he's starting to pull up into me, and from there I make my climb even steeper. Now I point my wing at him to make myself smaller so it's harder for him to make a shot, and you can see that he stalls, and once he stalls, the fight's essentially over. He has no more energy, and I come down on him to make a really easy shot. So the lesson here is to retain your advantages like energy, to create more altitude, to build your position over the opponent. Not less going on.
Shooting at a spitty.
Oh shit, that was you. There's one on you. Close, very close.
Oh shit.
Bring him right, bring him right, bring him right.
Yep, pulling right. Thanks.
I hit him, he's smoking, I'm blocked out.
Yeah, you're fine. You're going back up again. He's in.
He's in?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Oh, good shot. This is a very short clip, but I think it's a very important one. The angle of this fight is very weird for me because I'm perpendicular to it. So when I see this LA5 roll in, I give my wingman a heads up and I tell him what to do, pull right. And I'm doing that because it makes my job easier to try to clear him. And you know, I take a shot and I get him because there's very little guesswork here. So the big lesson here is to tell your wingman how you can make your life easier to help them. And the other thing too is be wary if you're going on to a target and they take a random direction, they might be dragging you for someone else.
There should be something over the depot. I saw a con there at 1.5. I'm trying to make it back to the base.
Are you getting shot at right now?
No, I'm wheeling in on him, but I don't know who's who.
Yeah, I'm getting an LA5.
Oh, here's a piece of... Oh shit, I got hit.
Got one. Is that you? This is very similar to the previous example. The only difference is I'm not on comms with the 190 that I clear. Now, you can't see my eyes of what I'm really looking at. You could just see my screen. But I'm able to take the guesswork out by focusing on the 190 and not on the LA5. So here I know where the LA5 is going because I know I can see the 190 and I can basically take the guesswork out. The big lesson here is to abuse target fixated enemies and to focus on their target.
I'm blacking out so hard. I can't keep.
He went left. He went left.
I know. I'm grayed out. Take the shot if you got it.
Okay.
My guy's exhausted. I don't know how he's not exhausted. I'm back on him, but I'm really tired. So if you get a shot, take it.
Hit him.
I think you sniped him. Yeah, you got him.
Did he just knock out the ground?
Yep. You just slapped him in the ground. Good kill.
Okay. You know what? That guy actually wasn't doing a bad scissor. I almost overshot him.
I don't know how.
This one's actually kind of similar to the P-38 example we had earlier. I'm listening to my wingman, and he just got in a scrap with his LA-5, and his pilot is exhausted, and he's telling me that the enemy pilot just finished doing a lot of high G maneuvers, so they're both pretty exhausted. Instead of trying to retain an advantage with speed and altitude, I actually go right at the LA-5 very aggressively, and I start turning with him. I'm trying to press him into making more high G maneuvers. And the thing here is I'm basically abusing the fact that my pilot's fresh and his is not. So the lesson here is trust information from your wingman, retain advantages, and press them. Did you live?
No, I do.
Your pilot died?
No, I lived.
Yeah, then you're fine. You're tripping him out.
Oh, someone just lit him up.
That's me. You saw that shit? Did you see him stall in front of me? I cut my engine. The interesting thing about this fight is really the last half. In the first half, what we really see is this guy responds to my swipes by flat turning. And he's burning energy, and it's not until the second swipe is when I really commit. And when that happens, he responds by starting to scissor. And what I want you to realize is that I don't really respect his scissor, which is going to start right here. If you see here, I'm going to be staying in the middle of his scissor because I know he's super slow. The smartest thing he could have done is kind of turned away, probably right after this when he turns to the right. He could have probably just kept turning, but I just stayed in the middle and I expected his scissor. And ultimately what I'm really doing here is punishing bad behavior. He's just scissoring to scissor, and he's just kind of on autopilot, really. So punish bad behavior.
He's pulling up now.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Gonna get on me. I'm heading west. He pulled up in the last second, otherwise I would have gotten him.
Can you bring him slightly right? Or very right, actually?
Right to the north?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
He broke off. Are you right next to him?
Yeah.
Turning back. Oh,
I hit him with a 30 on his tail. His elevator just broke. I think he's done. So I just transitioned from smooth track over to track IR, which I do recommend, by the way. And, this is not an amazing clip, but one thing I have noticed from newer pilots is that they don't really use the rudder all that much. And because I've switched over to a new head tracking system, I was a little nervous about trying to zoom in to botch this shot. So I just kind of wing it and spray. and I can see from my tracers that I'm a little bit off, and then I rudder over last second to deliver a hit, and that's ultimately what gets me the kill. So the lesson here is make fine adjustments with your rudder. I see a lot of people that just kind of ignore that input.
If I stay like this in a good spot, I'm just gonna dive.
The two 111s are changing up. Which one should I follow?
Miss, which one are you?
I'm in the front with you. I went.
Did you turn right over?
Yeah, to the right.
So you guys are hitting number one rear depot or
Yep.
further north?
The northern one.
What's your new heading, Miss?
40. 48.
Alright.
Okay, I'm almost over Alien Sky.
I got gunners active.
What, Miss?
I got gunner active.
Yeah, mine stood up too.
I see,
You got something
I
above
see
me.
one climbing up to the formation, in the middle of the formation, to the 7 o'clock of the lead bomber. I'm diving on it right now. LA5. He's nosed up totally. He's fucked. Yep, I see gunner shooting. I'm gonna smash this guy. Give me 10 seconds, I'll get him. Oh no, it's a thunderbolt. Big fat thunderbolt. Okay, he's done. I'm going to annoy some people with this one, but I see a lot of people who are escorting bombers, and they're actually flying in the bomber formation. And I will admit, it does look pretty when you see a Q formation flying around, but it's not effective. I sometimes make a joke when I see planes like wingtip to wingtip, I say they're holding hand. I wanted to include this to give you an idea of how you can escort without being like intermixed with the bombers. If interceptors come, we all know what they're going to be doing. They're going to be totally focused on the bombers, and everyone wants to slam a Heinkel. So if you stay high and above, it doesn't look as pretty, but it's actually more effective. This P-47 is climbing up and is totally target fixated. He has nothing on his mind except for that Heinkel. So I took him out of the fight almost as fast as he came into it. So the lesson here is anticipate what interceptors will do and be ready to pounce. And if you're escorting bombers, you don't have to be holding their hand the whole way to the depot. It's better to be high and above and ready to slam any interceptors that are already climbing up. In order to position yourself correctly, you need to know what's friend versus foe. So I've included these images in the description. I hope you find them useful if you're still new to the game. If you found this video helpful, then please tell me by subscribing. It is the best way to support the channel and is the best indicator for me to see if you found this helpful. So thank you for your time, and I hope you guys have a good day.
Thank you.